home. So that's my home. So when we been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for we. Now everybody want a piece, oh. We started reach the sin, well, and way before them bring exam to find a health for we. We know how that fill up their minds, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own, a secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we offer assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When me never see none of them when struggle, me not go on, yo, kind of leader. Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knock, we are open windows. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own, yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own. Yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own. From the island.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home.
Hey, let's move.
Just a don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so man never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want it out stronger than steel. Dog man milk for this the high firm. Hustle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I my turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not left my side. So upon Jah my God, now them gonna take my life. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so man never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want the toe stronger than steel. So yeah, that's a don't try give up, none life is a long road, sometimes you must fall. But that's not the time for you to sit down and ball. When everything else fail, find that Jamaica. No phone, I wish life could have restart. We get the next stripe on a different path. But you feel grateful for anything we you want. Don't let you not go flow by the mercy of God, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so man never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I hold it down stronger than steel, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no man but him, so why should I? Why should I? Yeah, yeah.
Hey, let's move.
Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so man never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want it out stronger than steel. Dog man milk for this the high firm. Hustle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I my turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not left my side. So upon Jah my God, now them gonna take my life. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so man never stop working yet. Although struggle is real, still I want the toe stronger than steel. So yeah, that's a don't try give up, none life.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the flow. Turn it down, turn it on, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
news, views, and what's hot today. We'll keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way. In every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. It is the 4th of March, 2025. Yeah, I made a mistake yesterday. Morning to everybody joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Thank you for taking the time to be with us yet again, another morning here for Livewire. Today, quite a few things for us to discuss. We might be having a short episode today. I do have to run out a little early this morning, but I will be taking some calls this morning. I haven't really taken much calls for the year, and we want to hear from you guys out there as we discuss the various issues and developments happening in and around Guyana and how it relates to you, how it affects you, what impact it will have on you, right? Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Thank you guys for being here. All the persons who are here on YouTube, even before we go live, thank you guys for your continued support. Wazim Nabi, Sarah Mosley, Balwan Danraj, Joseph Satar, Sunal Raghubir, Ricky Udapal, General Narendra, Chris Arnold Hanuman, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada, Shridat Rabindranath, morning to you, Ganesh Bharat, Eunice Raghubir, good morning to you, joining us from Texas, originally from Canada, spending some time with the family. Morning to Polly, morning to Rita as well. Balwan Ramrup, morning to you. Rajendra Singh, good morning. Nadi, morning. Neil Ramlukan, morning to you. Dunat Prasad, good morning to you. Jit Nat, morning to you. Ronald Jones, morning to you. We're still waiting on the website. Let me see if we can get it done today. I call you out on the live. Sister Rampasad, good morning to you. Alan Khan, Baby Driver. This was a proper movie. Watching us from Bartica. Morning to all the persons in Bartica, all the wards, the Martindales, the Marshalls. Morning to all you guys, REO, Chairman, Mayor up there, Moraes, morning to you guys. Some of y'all, not a good morning to y'all in Bartica. Got some terrible people up there. Anyway, Philip Diablo, morning to you. Hanuman Prem Kumar, Jagnarine Edwards, morning to you. Ayan Deepak joining us from Barbados, Supnandan Bud. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you. Morning to Zoe. Morning to the little one, the littles. Morning to you as well, Dianan Suku. Maureen Razio, good morning to you. Soma Bipat, Ashmi Bazdio, Vishnu on the right. Somebody must be messaging. Remember something I just said. I bet you. Oh, okay, right. Anyway, so as I was saying, Vishnu Narain, morning to you. Derek Drupal, Leslie Mangal, Tulsi Ram Chetty, morning to you. Prasad Pati, morning to you. Who else I got here? Can I miss anybody? Jamila Kayum, Andrea Matthews, morning to you. Shakila Khan, morning, 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 morning. Pam and Trevor, morning to you. Corinne Declue, good morning to you. Paul Singh, Sis Narain Samaru, good morning to you. Where are these people? Anyways, a call in morning. All right. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Jones.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Not well. I don't have a website up and running.
Well, that's why I'm calling, because you try to put me out on Front Street, and I'm going to put you out on Front Street, okay?
Brethren, you were supposed to set up this stuff?
But, Mr. Jones, haven't I? This website has been finished since end of January.
We're not going to do all of that.
Hold up,
I'm just saying.
Hold up.
The groundwork is finished, but we need to have some place to go to. The hosting.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you done, or your team done, any website testing? You've done zero testing.
We've done testing. Maybe not the amount of testing you want, but we done testing. But we can have this conversation off the show. This is not a website testing show.
No. You put me out on Front Street, I will put you out on Front Street. Okay? And this is the problem dealing with Guyanese. I love my country.
What is this?
But I know we are on CP time.
Oh,
and that
my
is
God.
that's not color people time. That's Caribbean people time. Okay?
Oh my Lord.
We hurry up and wait. That's what we do. We hurry up and wait. This has been ready for testing since the end of January. Today's the 4th of April. Well, according to my calendar, it's April. Yours is March. Okay?
Oh, Lord. Oh, thanks, Uncle Ron. Thanks, Uncle Ron. Thanks, Uncle Ron.
Not only did I call you twice last week, you were supposed to call me back. You never did. Right?
That was unrelated to the website. That's unrelated to the website. No,
that was related to the website.
Anyway, I got my show to do. We can discuss this now. I can call you, we can trash this out later. But start the process. I'm about to hang up on you. You have a good day. Anyway, into the show this morning. So first of all, I wanted to touch on this. There's another video. If anybody has the video of the interaction between some police ranks and an individual outside of NBS on Avenue of the Republic, let me just show you this video. It's another direction. It's another angle to what happened here between police and an individual outside of the New Building Society, their new building, just before Robb Street. If anybody has the video, could you send me the link, please, so we could look at it from that angle. This is when the fight broke up between a police and a civilian, right? Now, again, I am appealing to all Guyanese. When you are interacting with members of the joint services, police, police you gotta interact with. Comply and then complain. More so if you are in the wrong. Now, based on what I've seen in the video, the gentleman was double parked on the Avenue of the Republic, right? And the police that's putting on back his cover there, the white cover, well, his hat, as civilians would say, had put a boot on his wheel, and there was an exchange of words between the police and the gentleman whose car got booted. And just based on the conversation, now, I did see the police was, in my view, very aggressive. It didn't seem like he was de-escalating the situation. So based on what was in the video, the guy came out of wherever he was double parked. The boot was on the vehicle, and I'm guessing he's talking to the police saying, well, why he went in, or probably whatever he was saying. And mind you, he could have been cussing the police out. Could have been. I didn't hear. The video was taken from in a car, so you couldn't hear what was saying, what was being said. But he was talking to the police, and the police was responding, in my view, in a very aggressive manner. But again, I'm saying we don't know what he was saying to the police. So he could have been saying something to the police to get them agitated. However, police are trained in terms of mediation and de-escalating situations. So after I saw the police and him interacting, and then the gentleman went like this, saying something to the police, and the police slapped his hand out of his face, like slapped the hand away a couple of times. So, and based on the video, the police was, I think, unnecessarily close into the guy's face speaking, right? I think both persons are at fault here. One, you cannot operate in an illegal manner, park illegally, and don't expect the police to enforce the law, right? So you were booted because you parked in an unsafe manner. And also, people are human. They got a right to be upset. Well, not a right, but they're entitled to be upset about a situation. And as a police rank with other police ranks out there, you didn't need to escalate it. So even if this man pointing in your face, you could have arrested him for aggressive behavior. But to slap the man's hand out your face like that is adding fuel to the fire, right? And this here was the end result on the screen. A punch out where you have a senior officer and several ranks trying to fight off a constable who is engaging a civilian, right? Who is engaging a civilian. This is not Burbies. I see somebody said this is from Burbies. This is outside of the NBS Bank, just before China trading. Just before China trading there at Robb Street, right? And everybody knows how that area is almost always congested. So, I mean, if you're going to double park there, you're going to be impeding one of the lanes. So the police was doing their job in terms of enforcing traffic regulations, right? And the civilian, sir, you are wrong to park there. And if you would have approached the police verbally in an aggressive manner, I am saying that you are wrong again to operate in that manner. For the police rank, you are definitely wrong as well, sir. You need to de-escalate these things. And we need to have less of these sorts of interactions. I wish I had that other video to show you. I saw it on my phone, but for some reason I didn't download it, right? So I don't know how this will turn out. I am hoping that both parties are punished, because, again, for a constable to behave in such a manner, instead of him calling his superior, who is clearly there, to deal with a civilian who is irate but not physically attacking you so that you have to put hands on the civilian yourself. You might not like what somebody is saying to you, but as a police officer or a police rank, you have to maintain some sort of professionalism, right? So I'm hoping that both parties are Well, I don't know who started the fight first. Based on the video, they were talking, and the civilian went like this. He was saying something like this to the police, and the police start pushing his hand and chucking his hand out his face, and the civilian then pushed the police, and that's where the fight started, right? Somebody said, "Come up, Barbies. I could show you around if you don't know your country well." Bro, I am just saying, based on what I know of Georgetown, that this is in Georgetown. This is not Berbice. This is NBS building, man. Me and crazy. Oh, man. Anyway, let me move on to another incident with the police here again. So this video here, and I'll let you listen to the audio in a few. Now, this video here is from Lamaha Park. Okay, anyway, good. So this video here is of Lamaha Park. Now, Councillor Leon Saul would have showed up at this location yesterday with several police ranks and a few gentlemen to effect a demolition of a structure. Now, based on the information I have, hello, good morning.
Hi.
You have to turn down whatever you're looking at me on.
Yes. The Courdel Jones show.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Here's something I was trying for Carl. Let's try for something I want to highlight. I was in the army 80-82, and they had election 2 months after I got trainers in Aga, and I was stationed in Ghana. Me and another guy from Betu, right? I'm from Betu. That Indian guy, and we in the line. You know, military is vote early, right?
Right.
We in the line. We in the line for vote, and there was a sergeant. I know if I could call him. He dead, don't know though. I know if I could call his name. His name was Davis. The man come and touch me shoulder. I come galang and I back him later. I said, for what, man? I said, no, it's a guy staff. No, sergeant. We got vote. He said, galang and back. I said, we don't vote yet. Yeah, the man tell me. Y'all don't vote. Go in the back room later and relax. Pick for book and read. And me, my partner, to come like, go in the back room and lay down. I partner asked me, by you vote? I said, you vote? I said, the man said, we don't vote. But I just, don't worry.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks.
Good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. Right. So as I was saying, and that's to show you some of the craziness that used to happen back in the days when it comes to voting in this country. So this is video from Lamaha Park, where Councillor Leon Saul would have arrived with a demolition crew with the protection of the Guyana Police Force to effect a demolition here. Now, you'll see in the video there are no officers of the court. They're only the demolition crew, this city councillor, and the Guyana Police Force, right? Based on my knowledge, if you are squatting on a piece of land that is not yours, the Guyana Police Force cannot come and just remove you like that. It is now a land dispute. It's a civil matter. The person who claiming they own the land, you who claiming you own the land and you own it, the person who owns the land moves to the court listens to both sides and then looks at the evidence if somebody got title, transport, or whatever, and then makes a decision, well, look, this is this person's land. You have 2 weeks, a month, or however long to remove from this area, right? As you will hear in this video, these ranks, and just to let you know, I would have visited this location, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, right? And the gentleman presented me with a letter that he received from Councillor Saul, delivered by Councillor Saul, And it wasn't signed by him. It was signed by, I think, Simone Saul. So this wasn't a lawyer's letter. It wasn't a court order or any document with weight to say, well, effect this removal, right? You can basically say that this letter was stating that this person, Simone Saul, is claiming ownership of the property. In the letter, it doesn't cite a transport. It doesn't have a receipt for payment for the property. It doesn't have a lease agreement. It don't have a title, copy of a title or anything to show, well, the person writing this letter, Simone Saul, is the rightful, lawful owner of this property, who the person Leland Saul is claiming to represent. This gentleman on the bottom of the screen in the shirt, and then you'll see him later standing on the veranda in orange jersey. Right, so let's listen to the video of what transpired just yesterday in Lamaha Park.
I'm so sorry, I see what's going on here. See what's going on here. Councillor Saul, bring the police. Them break down my place in the rain, watch. What's going on? Alright, you see what's going on. Officer, so, you got anything to show me that any letter from the court or just say come and break down, eh?
And indeed, the gentleman is correct to inquire. Because as I said before, for you to come and demolish a structure, like take for instance, y'all remember when the opposition was blaming the government for, is where friendship? Sierra Joanna? I think it's Sierra Joanna, the back had some person squatting there. And Sherrod Duncan had gone up there in his normal fishy fashion to insinuate that it was the government of Guyana breaking down these people's homes at the back of Sierra Joanna there, right? Which was not the case. This was foothill as well. This was private property, and the owners of the property moved to the court. You understand? Right? Moved to the court. On the day of the demolition, they had officers of the court there, along with police, because remember, this is not a criminal matter, it's a civil matter. So the officer of the court, the bailiff or whatever you call them, came to the location, presented the people with the court order that, look, so whoever owned this property, these people went to court, the court agreed that they own this property, you guys are illegally here, you had so much time to move. Because you didn't move, demolition is being affected here now. That is how it goes. Oh, shut somebody to call in, had the phone on silent. Right? That is how it is done. So I didn't really understand what was happening here. So the guy did ask, man, do you have a court order? Do you have you know, a title that you show this police? Well, look, this title for this area. Look at this title for this land, this transport, and this man on my property. That wasn't done. Carla, good morning.
Hello?
Carla, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Like you go to your job, what you're doing there, watching your program live here.
Thanks.
These guys, the demolition that happened there, did he offer the gentleman a lot or a house or something?
Did who offer the gentleman a lot? No. The counselor is claiming that his wife owns the property. That's what he's claiming.
Right. Yeah, but then again, it have a process, as you're saying.
Right.
Right? But another thing, these people, they ain't seen the progress that the country, that this government doing.
Some of them may not be seeing it.
Because what one seeing, right? I was watching all them things where them live shows be going on. They're saying a lot of things about the government in doing this, the government, and I think the government should step aside and let the PNC going back, because they like to suffer.
You probably want me to suffer.
Yeah?
You probably want me to suffer.
No, it's a thing that everybody gonna go through, because David Hines self said that when PNC in power, he's only racial. The Indians them, just hold on their money. Plus the school fee, plus the school children fee, all are done. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
Those children are going to get no big set of money again.
Yeah.
All them money that the government giving out, all are finished. Because people balling is we own when certain people go in the area, they balling, and people talk PPP telling them, well, what the government doing? They're saying it's we own, we deserve the money, we got to get money. Never mind that.
Sir,
yeah.
It is Guyanese money, it is taxpayers' money. But which administration decided to say, let's give this back to the people? That's my point.
Exactly. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. And then the people them keep on, it's we money. Yes, it's we money, but when, let me say the PNC, because it's only PNC and PPP we talking about. Right. When them in power, that don't give nobody nothing.
Exactly.
And that is why I'm saying that so much the government doing for people, and yet they're so ungrateful. Well, not everybody, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, not everybody. They're so ungrateful, and not in one region, it's all the region.
And not in one race either. They have ungrateful Afro-Guyanese, they have ungrateful Indo-Guyanese, ungrateful Amerindians, ungrateful Portuguese.
No, I'm saying in not one region they're doing progress, all the regions them.
No, but I am saying the ungratefulness, it doesn't come from one race.
No.
You understand?
No, not none time like that. It's both all around. They just, that is what I'm saying. I ain't talking about one race.
Yeah.
It's everybody, well, not everybody, but all race include.
Yeah, I get you. I get your point.
Where they're coming against. Because when, let me say, Mohammed, when he step in an area, a village, people hold up and like they're forgetting what this government doing or what they're giving.
They on the road, the government bill. That like when he was driving through all boys town. And I am saying to myself, could you imagine this guy doing the government doing work in these areas that the former administration hasn't done, that Mohammed's has never done in a community. Mohammed's never go to no community and build all the roads in the community and all this other stuff. The amount of houses the government has built, Mohammed can't catch up with yet. You understand? So at the end of the day, you have to look for who doing for you.
That is what I'm saying. These people them should realize this thing, I didn't say don't grab it and get in it. We as human being. If somebody give you something, take it, yes.
Yeah.
But then again, man, don't go against the people them for them things, this man.
Yeah.
I mean, right is right. You've seen the progress we're going on. I was chatting with a fella yesterday morning, a Negro guy. He was up Ansgrove side. And this guy telling me just some road gonna make on the seawall. I said, no. Right now, road they all in the back dam there. And not only the road and in the back dam, house lot too.
Yep.
And vehicles can be running at the back dam too.
Exactly.
On that side. Because all the road don't connect. People don't have to walk a mile for get vehicle transportation.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and he's saying yes, because you could see, the fella now saying you could see the progress, man. But I don't, sometimes feel like people just like suffer, They like this suffering thing.
But I just think people misguided, and as you said, Some of them just want to collect whoever handing out. So they're going to go out to pretend like they're on board. But it's not genuine support. Anything that given away, people going to go out and collect. So, you can't really be too vexed with them. But for the persons who being fooled by it, they got to know. They got to know what they're doing.
That is the thing. That's the thing,
Yeah.
And we got to be careful. I think this government should do, they should come out more and get this rally thing going. Don't wait for last moment thing. Get meetings in the villages.
But the government has been meeting in villages since it went into office. They have always been cabinet outreach, presidential outreach, ministerial outreaches across this country since the government has come into office. So them doing that is not nothing new. The ministers in Essequibo and Borabis and Georgetown and Linden, that's not nothing new. Minister Edgell was just in Linden yesterday. I think a couple of the ministers were in Borabis, Essequibo doing meetings in Georgetown. Minister McCoy was on the highway. I think it was last weekend and stuff. So this has been ongoing all the time. And I am just suggesting to people, if you think that it's an election year and this is the reason that government officials are going to your communities, you go to Google and just Government of Guyana Outreach 2020 to 2025, and you will see all the articles, all the photos, all the live streams, everything in relation to outreaches. But thank you for calling, caller, and sharing your views. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the program.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thanks,
Take care.
Keep up the good work, as I say.
Thank you, brother. Right? So I've said this before. The information is there. This is the technological age. You don't have to go and sit down by Chronicle Archives and box no newspaper to see how much outreach the government do from the time President Ali was sworn in to today's date. It's all there for you to see. You understand? I keep talking about a lot of the presidential outreaches. Recently, I haven't been going on much. But in the early days, we all over the place. Sometimes 2 days in a 3 days in a region, because the president wants to go from end to end. From end to end of the region. Right? I am absolutely sure that Granger never went to Deep South Guyana, bottom of the map. Absolutely sure. The president was there, and my skin growing, oh God. And when I talk about these things, it is upset me because I know that the people who saying that these things ain't happening have access to the information. So y'all just being disingenuous, right? I am absolutely sure. Caller, good morning. Please turn on the TV or the computer that you're listening on. Hello?
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Mr. Courdel, 2 questions. In the old, somebody asked me to find out from you, in the old age book, right? I see the guy extra page at the back, mark promotional use only. I don't know, official use. I don't know if you can find out for me, what is it about?
When something says official use only, it means that the issuing institution, so NIS, it's only for the people who work at NIS to write on that page. That has nothing to do with you or for you to use. So anything that says official use only, it's whether it's the passport office, registered GRA, that's for the persons who work there. That's for them to use, not you. Yeah.
So how is that the back of the old age book? They don't have anything to do with that, the old person.
No, that is not for you to use, to write on, to do anything.
Okay.
The officials from NIS, that is the page that they write on to put in whatever information that they have to put there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Next question.
Sure.
I see Mr. Mohammed in Barbados. Is that a long time picture now? Because I know Sanctions people can't leave the country.
That is not necessarily true about sanctioned people not being able to leave the country.
Okay.
One, and secondly, yes, it's a recent photo. But based on information that I have received, this Barbados was used as a, how to put it? So let's say me and you got a problem. I living in Linden and you living in Georgetown, right? Me and you got a problem. Me and you fighting all the time. And somebody else come and say, man, Auntie Courdel, y'all come and talk, but we ain't gonna come by Courdel, Auntie, we ain't gonna go by you. We gonna go up at a neutral place. So we gonna meet at Silver Hill on the highway. Right?
Okay.
So Mohammed come from Georgetown. You come from, well, based on the information I received, he was meeting with some agents to see how they could deal with the sanction situation. So they met, instead of him going to the States and getting whole, or they come into Guyana, they met in Barbados.
Go to Barbados.
Right.
Okay, I understand.
Also, if you would know, his father went before him. So it could be assumed that the father went before to see if the persons meeting with them would genuinely meet with them or arrest them. So he went first to make sure everything okay, and then went after.
Mohammed went up.
You understand? So I'm thinking they should be back in Guyana already. But don't feel like that was no big thing with Mohammed Zigan.
I just want to find out if it's an old picture or if it's now.
Yeah, he did go. He did go.
Okay.
He did go.
But big up to the PPP and to the good job you're doing. I'll wait on you in the morning because I know we just get the good news from you.
Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much.
Okay, brother, good. And I'm worried for Critic. I don't know if he gonna pay the money. He say he can get the money so easy.
Auntie, even if Critic wake up this morning, right? If Critic wake up this morning and decides to write a check to Azadeen and Nazir Mohammed for 52 million, which bank they cashing it in? They ain't got no bank account in this country.
Right.
You understand? They ain't got no bank account in where they cashing it. So I don't know how they get any money, man. You can't do wire transfer, not the main thing. Critical one take out the money, cash and walk around with it. You might get in trouble.
Critics say them and getting the money so easy. Going to appeal court, then he gonna go to CCJ.
Yeah. Let it deal with Critic, man. Let it try with the worries.
All right, Courdel must be careful before they sue you to become you and they sue you.
Well, Auntie, here, I different from Critic. I just make sure I confirm my information before attack.
Oh, yeah. All right, you take care, right? Nice talking to you. My son want to talk to you.
Hey, morning, bro.
Morning, Chief. What's up?
Here what happened, they said that PVPC is People Progressive Party Civic, right? But this is a new one I'm giving you for the PPPC. This one is Positive People Pushing the Country.
I like that. Positive people pushing the country.
You understand? Pushing the country.
I like that.
All right, man. Keep the good works up. Big up to the PPPC. Come this year, we repping for the PPPC. One love.
One Guyana.
One Guyana. Take care. Enjoy
your day,
buddy.
Brother. You too. Take care. Like to hear from the callers. So as I was saying, we're trying to figure out what role, how did the Guyana police force get involved in this situation? So we're listening to the guy asking the police to either present him with a court order or some proof of ownership. Right? I have been in contact with the Guyana Police Force, Public Relations Department. I have even spoken to the commander of the division that this police station and these ranks fall under. I would have sent him this video. Where he designing Beehive? Francis Bailey Turner, where he designing Beehive now? Anyway, So I would have spoken to the commander of this division that these police ranks serve under. And he has said that he is not aware of this activity that went on here today. Well, yesterday. So I am hoping that these police ranks are not PNC loyalists and acting outside the law for this PNC councillor. Mind you, the gentleman whose home that they destroyed would have said, well, and Leland Saul is the former head of the Central Housing and Planning Authority under the Granger administration. So clearly he has some connections in there, because the gentleman said that Saul showed up with persons from housing, right? And Saul came back and put a sign on the property saying that the property belongs to the Central Housing and Planning Authority. I am saying that if this property would have belonged to Mr. Saul, they would have put the property belonged to Simone Saul or whoever it is, not Central Housing and Planning. So it's still state land. So I don't know how Leon Saul could get the police without the courts to come and protect them whilst they destroy this man dwelling. And just to be clear, I'm not saying squatting is legal. I'm saying that there's a process to remove persons. Just like persons were removed from Mocha, just like persons were removed from Sierra Joanna, just like persons were removed from Foothill. There's a process, right? So the landowner can't just come and decide they're broken down your structure. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that, right? So listen in here to what the victim is saying.
You're mad. Huh? No, I just want to go. So it's going on. As you see, we're going to officer. So, you got anything to show me that any letter from the court or just say come and break down, eh? You're mad. Huh? No, I just want to go. So it's just say.
So he's saying that you're a madman, you're trespassing. So I am wondering if Leland Saul. Carl, good morning.
Courdel, good morning, man. I'm calling from the US. How are you doing, brother?
Not too bad.
Quick question, man. I'm living in the US, but I just wanted some info from you. If you could please tell me, like overseas Guyanese who want to remigrate back to Guyana, if they're entitled for these turnkey homes. Is it possible, or
there's a remigrant scheme program for remigrants. So there's house slots available for you guys. There is packages so that you can bring in your household things that you had before, duty free, your vehicles and stuff. You need to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Foreign Affairs page, and there's a form that you can fill up online for remigrants that would allow you to access these remigrant schemes that are being built around. So you have special house lots and areas designated for persons like you who want to come back, or you can apply for a turnkey home. But that is through the Ministry of Housing's page or the Central Housing and Planning Authority. There are online applications for you to apply for a turnkey home. Once you can apply online, or you can apply for a remigrant house lot through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Relations.
Okay, brother. Okay, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. And keep up the good work you're doing, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Take care, bro. Bye.
You too. Oh, so somebody sent me the video. So hold. All right, let me finish with this and then we can get back to that. Thank you, Simple. Right, so the guy is asking the right questions. Do you have a court order? Did this man bring a transport to the station to show you ownership of this property? that would allow the police to involve themselves in a civil matter. Now, if I was this guy and I see a police with a big long gun stand up there, 2 or 3 police, van load of police, I will concede all this man stuff out in the rain yesterday. I don't know when the man sleep last night. And this is the kind of bullying attitude of these PNC operatives. The same thing that they do at City Hall there at the statutory meetings.
Do thing? Huh? No, excuse me speaking to you.
Now, this female voice you're hearing, this is allegedly the sergeant that is there. Right? Could you believe the sergeant when this man is asking? No, the sergeant, if this is indeed the case where Mr. Saul would have provided proof of ownership to the police station, or he had a court order to have this place demolished, that sergeant's role there, if the court officer is not there, is to present those documents to the man. Sir, this is the document from the court that says this man is the owner of this property, and you were served notice to move. You haven't moved, so we're here to demolish the structure. Or, sir, this man has come here with this document, a title, or a transport showing ownership of this property. We're asking you to move. None of that. Tear the sergeant. I am not involved. You're involved because you are there. You're involved because you are there.
You're mad. Huh? No, just want to go. So it's just says.
And is it possible for anybody just to go to the station and say, well, a madman that and the police come and really? Madman does build structure or does just live? Which madman? Well, they got some of them. Some of them.
Thing? Huh? No, excuse me speaking to you. I know you don't have nothing to do with this. Watch it. But officer.
So I am hoping that the Guyana police force looks into this. And if it is the case that these police did not get official documents and they show up here because they know Council Leon Saul, all of them should be interdicted and fired, or internal action should be taken against them. You understand? And if you notice, this is Afro and Afro violence. Afro and Afro violence.
All right. Councillor Saraj, how the vehicle no more?
I'm glad that the gentleman documented this. And as I said, I'm waiting for an update from the commander. I spoke to him this morning. I was engaging the police since yesterday. And if persons notice, the story wasn't published until late last night because we were trying to ascertain whether documents were brought to the station to prove ownership, which would allow the police to now accompany Mr. Saul to say, well, look, sir, this man owns this place. You got to move or they can block down the place. Or a court order. That's how it works, Leon Saul. That's how it works. This is the gentleman who was in charge of the CHMPA that couldn't give out house lots in new schemes. Couldn't develop a single new housing scheme for 5 years. Right? This is the idiot that was the head of CHMPA that allowed the then administration to build joiner houses. These, what you call them? Half and half house. And it had no legislation to cover it. So the persons who actually move in there couldn't get title or transport because we got legislation for that. That's the kind of retardation we got from Leland Saul as a CHMPA CEO. Couldn't speak to none of the housing ministers to build no new housing scheme. The duplex, thank you. Couldn't build no new housing scheme. Couldn't do nothing for Londoners. Couldn't do nothing for people in New Amsterdam. Couldn't do nothing for people in Kokwani who just get a house lot. Right? Couldn't build nothing in Kokwani. They couldn't build no Concussion Road, nothing that they're complaining about now. You understand me? I'm talking about other people. Again, I'm saying thank you for our Concussion Road, right? Thank you for our Concussion Road. And the fact that certain elements have nothing to compare it to speaks volumes to me. So I won't bother with them. I won't bother with them. Anyway, this guy sent me this video. Let me get it. I wanted to show it to you guys so you could understand exactly what I'm talking about. I know, like this morning, this beer police thing we involved in. Hold on. Here it is. Let me download it. Sorry. Just a second. Right. So this here is the beginning of the altercation between the gentleman and the police. Look at this here. So I am saying the posture of the police is inappropriate and unprofessional. The posture of the police there is inappropriate and unprofessional because you are escalating a confrontation, right? And you, sir, the civilian as well. I mean, but you see what I'm talking about? Why the police pushing his head in the man's face and shouting up, and you are pointing your hands as well, Mr. Police Officer? Unprofessional. So you see where the man starts to wag his hand, and the police pushing, and it escalates into something else. This rank doesn't even have respect for his senior. Look how he going on in front of the officer. Look how he going on in front of the officer. Right? So I am saying, Mr. Police Officer, you are seriously a part of the problem. Even if this man arguing about the boot on his car, your posture is terrible. You are pointing in the man's face too. Now you bad look. Anyway, let the police force and the law deal with it. I think both parties are wrong. The civilian definitely wrong for even being parked there. So you are wrong off the bat. But the police didn't help this situation. Anyway, we moving on. We are moving on. So we had issues in the news. And I was glad that the Attorney General took some time to point to PNC's contradictory policies at Linden and the Georgetown councils. Right? A bunch of contradictions. So on one hand, they are burdening Linden residents while waiving debts for Georgetown elites. Now in Linden, the PNC's mayor, Sharma Solomon, fought against the removal of the Wisma toll or the bridge toll there, forcing ordinary citizens to keep paying extra. Meanwhile, in Georgetown, PNC's mayor, Alfred Mentor, is trying to waive interest on unpaid taxes, but only for a few selected wealthy property owners. Why does the PNC want to tax Lindeners while giving a free pass to big businesses in Georgetown? Now, it is clear that the PNC has no clear philosophy or direction. The AG rightly exposed the PNC's double standards. One arm pretends to help taxpayers, while another actively takes money from residents. What exactly is the PNC's policy? Are they for tax relief or against it? Their conflicting actions show they have no real plan or vision for governing. Now, let's look at Georgetown's tax waivers, the tax waiver scheme. And what y'all need to understand, this here is a political favor. It's not about the people. Now, Minister Prague has already warned me, a mentor, that this tax waiver move is illegal because only the minister has the authority to regulate financial matters for municipalities. Now, the PNC-led city council is not trying to help ordinary citizens. They're trying to erase debts for the few well-connected people and businesses who have been dodging taxes for years. Now, we must ask ourselves, why is the Georgetown City Council always crying broke? Now, the City Council constantly claims to be underfunded, yet they want to waiver millions in unpaid taxes instead of collecting what is owed. How can they fix drainage, roads, and garbage collection if they keep giving away revenue? Now, at the end of the day, the PPPC government is ensuring accountability and financial responsibility. Minister Prague has rightfully stepped in to block this reckless move, ensuring that City Hall is running according to the law and not political favoritism. Unlike the PNC-led council, the PPPC government is investing in real development, fixing the roads that City Hall is supposed to be fixing, cleaning the drains that City Hall is supposed to be cleaning, and ensuring residents get quality public service. Now, it is known that the PNC's leadership is failing in both Linden and Georgetown. The PNC plays politics with people's money, making decisions that contradict each. You can't even say it contradicts the political agenda because they don't even have one. Or they make decisions that shift according to whatever political agenda they're pushing on that day. Linden residents are forced to pay tolls while Georgetown political elites get their tax burdens wiped away. This is not leadership. It's corruption and mismanagement. At the end of the day, the PNC is not acting in the best interest of taxpayers. They're protecting their political friends. The PPPC government is stepping in to ensure financial responsibility, fairness, and real development for all Guyanese, as we have seen across this nation. Right? So I am hoping that these two gentlemen catch some sense and start working in the best interest of the people of Georgetown, the citizens of Georgetown, and the citizens of Linden. Excuse me. This coughing going away at all, boy. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Is this Courdel Jones?
Yes.
Hi, hear me. I want a clarity in this thing, man. These concrete roads, right, that they're building, right? When these contractors get this work, when a tender for this work, the tender for use ransom or ready mix? Do you have any idea?
I wouldn't be able to say.
Because here what happened in Better Hope here, right? He got a contract to get a road to build towards 3 Better Hope. He doing the road. This man is road with ransom. I know in ready mix these roads is built with because with the ransom you can't get the area of compaction at the store.
The area of what? You can't get the area of what?
Bedrock South.
Sir, hold on a second. Hello. Please hold on a second. You can't get the area of what?
The area of what sign, right?
You said something about compacting.
Yeah, when this ransom, they mix in the thing. That thing can't compact like the ready mix.
ready mix doesn't do any compaction, so ready mix is just a big barrel that mixes a large amount of cement.
That carry hardener and carry the amount of stone and everything inside. So the road is strong, the mixing is strong. But this ready mix, this ransom that they mix it with, and the next 2 morning a truck driver will crack up and break up.
So sir, just for clarity for you, for you, right? Ready mix cement and ransom cement is not different cement. It's just quantities that are different. The ready mix truck has a larger quantity, but it is
but the ready mix, right? They use a hardener inside.
Okay. So you're saying that regular cement doesn't have a cement mix in a ransom doesn't have hardener inside?
No, I see Success, they do a road like that with a ransom. And the road, the whole top, you see it loosen, the cement loosen, the carpet loosen, the whole top loosen.
Okay.
Dorsey.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Well, like I said, I don't know if it's a requirement for the concrete roads for you to have or use a ready mix truck. But based on my knowledge, I understand what you're saying, but based on my knowledge of concrete, the ready mix truck and the ransom is just different quantities. So the ready mix truck can have more sand and stone and cement because it's a larger vessel that you're mixing it.
The stronger mix.
Well, I don't know about that because based on my knowledge, again, cement comes with hardener inside. You understand? So I don't know if ready mix trucks or the companies that do ready mix put extra hardener inside and all that other stuff, but I'll find out. But I'm not sure.
Why gather that when these guys tender for these work, it's a ready mix, not ransom.
Okay.
So it's cheaper for the use ransom. Okay. And make more money.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye. Take care.
All right, brother. Yeah, I have to find that out. I'm supposed to know some people who's build road. Let me find out. Because I really don't know. Let me call a contractor, a big time contractor. See if he can answer. Because he big time. Good morning. You're on my live. I'm calling for some information. Now, somebody just called and asked if these contracts for road works, if persons tendering for them, if they have to put whether they're using a ready mix truck or a ransom. And secondly, the person was contending that the ready mix cement is stronger than, let's say, somebody using same brand of cement but in a ransom. Is that so, or does ready mix use more hardener, or could you explain for the viewers, please?
No, basically everything is quantified according to the mix strength. It has nothing to do basically with in terms of the two equipment. Will be the small ransom or the ready mix truck. It's just that has to do with quantity. But everything is a formula, whether or not you're using a small or a big ransom. It's just you mix. You basically mix it as a formula, which you know whether you're looking for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 PSI. Okay. It's just a formula.
Okay, so just for clarity, the ready mix cement it doesn't have any extra hardener inside or anything special. It's just that vessel is bigger, so it has a different quantity of whatever materials.
No, it doesn't. It does use different hardeners and stuff. But like I said, the size has to do the quantity per mix.
Okay.
Right? How many cubic you can get if you're using a small ransom versus a big ready-mix truck.
Right, but what I'm asking is the small ransom. Do you use hardener there as well?
This is what I'm saying. You can, yes. It's all about the strength of the concrete you're looking for.
Okay.
It's all about the strength of your concrete, not the equipment.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you for the clarity.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's an engineer there, right? So whether you use a ready mix or a ransom, both have to add hardeners and get it up to the standard that you are looking for. Right? Back to cricket. We got the road. Road code. You know what I found was funny? I think it was 39,000 or something US raise. And it took 3 days to get 7.5 to get you out of there. What madness is this, man? Now, look, the AG also touched on some of the absurdities in the claims made by young Miss Atwell, separated holder. Right? Now, what people need to understand, Melly Mel own lies have caught up with her. For years, Melissa Melly Mel Atwell falsely claimed she was a U.S. citizen. But now, she has been arrested, although released on bail, for overstaying her visa, a clear contradiction. When you're an American citizen, you don't overstay a visa. Right? You got access to come and go and them kind of thing. You don't overstay a visa when you're an American citizen. What is that? Right? You don't overstay a visa when you're an American citizen, Melly. Right? If she were a real American citizen, she wouldn't have been detained for violating immigration laws. So clearly she lied to her followers. And now the truth is out. So blaming the PPP is desperate and a baseless excuse. So Atwell and her supporters, including the PNC, APNU opposition, they're grasping at straws like drowning men by blaming the PPP government for her arrest. The PPP has no influence over U.S. immigration enforcement. This is a federal agency that operates under U.S. laws, not Guyana's politics. The U.S. government, at the end of the day, acts on facts and not fiction. Atwell herself previously praised the U.S. justice system, but now she's facing consequences. She's claiming political conspiracy. I have heard of cases where Trump said, you can't derive legality from illegality. So you can't come and overstay your visa and decide to marry somebody over there and start a process to make yourself illegal when the initial process was illegal. You understand? Again, ICE does not need the PPP or any government to tell them when somebody has overstayed their visa. They operate based on their own databases and laws. Right? And let's go to the victim card, which Melly Mel and the PNC people them love to play. So just like the PNC APNU makes excuses for their failures, rigging the elections and all the other stuff that they didn't do whilst they were in office, Melly Mel is trying to shift the blame instead of taking responsibility for her actions. Instead of admitting her visa overstay was illegal, she's spinning wild conspiracy theories to mislead her followers. This is another example of the PNC misinformation machine at work. APNU leaders have jumped to Melly Mel's defense, proving once again that they have no real policies or vision, just distraction and lies. Instead of discussing economic growth, infrastructure development, or job creation. They're wasting time defending someone who broke U.S. immigration laws. Focus on Guyana. You got constitutional responsibility to make this place better. You got time with people who left this place and gone the way. What people need to remember, this administration, this here from a Lee-led PPPC administration, is focused on development, not social media drama. On his program Issues in the News, the AG made it clear that the government is too busy running a country to waste time on social media characters like Melly Mel. The PPP is focused on building Guyana's future, not indulging in theatrics, theater guild, small stage production, not even cultural center worthy, theater guild, and self-inflicted scandals of social media personalities. She said Trump gonna go to jail before she went to jail before Trump. Right? Many of Melly Mel supporters and followers who once believed her U.S. citizens claim are now realizing her lies. The same opposition figures defending her would never defend an ordinary citizen caught in the same situation. This is just political theater. You think ICE will pick up no other Guyanese anyway for doing something, overstaying the visa and thing? Why they looking out for... Is the opposition say Melly Mel is the only Guyanese in ICE custody right now? The only Guyanese? They had nobody else you have to look out for? As I wrap up this show today, I want y'all to understand clearly. Melissa Melly Mel Atwell, separated holder, broke U.S. immigration laws and is now blaming the PPP to distract from her own deception. The U.S. government doesn't take orders from the PPP, and her arrest is her own doing. Meanwhile, the PPP continues to focus on real governance and national development. And that is what Guyanese want. That's what Guyanese care about. Nobody cares about this non-entity that does nothing to bring Guyana up in stature or relevance in the world. Nothing. Anyway, guys, I out to here. Y'all have a wonderful day. It was wonderful being here with you. I see she posting stuff again. I don't know if it's her or her counterparts or whatever it is, but let's try there. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about